And welcome back, everyone, to our top 4 matches. And we're going to be taking a look at Vince and Sothe playing off in top 4. Still no Takahata match. We'll see. We'll see if it happens. This is going to be... what are the two decks that we're looking at right now, Ken?
I'll do the same.
Yeah. So Sothe is playing Fate, and Vince is playing. We have seen these two players on stream already, just not against each other, I believe. So see how they fare against each other.
Vince with the Poggers and Sag.
The Dance Ranch special.
Gee. Okay. Why is this on my stream? Alrighty. But going into mulligans, look, Madoka and Fate. This is a kind of a level 1 wall deck with some heal looping going against a deck that is backed by a very powerful endgame finisher. If I remember correctly, I have a little bit of experience playing this matchup from the Madoka side, and I tend to recall it being a little bit difficult for the Fate to get over that just insane amount of wall that you can put up at level 1, and then all of the little tricks that you have with the Sayaka's Wish and the 3/2s healing, just keeping all of that life pressure on can be a little bit hard. But then on the other end of things, Fate does have the option of going for the triple Rin and Archer setup, and if you can get that with the 2 soul siding, your opponent won't have the opportunity to actually play Sayaka's Wish. So Madoka is put in a position where if they know what's coming, then they'll have to Sayaka's Wish early at level 2. They'll have to start getting those, getting value out of those as soon as possible. Otherwise, they'll be left in a position where they have dead cards in hand. So a little bit of matchup knowledge definitely serves a lot here.
Mm-hmm. In regards to the level 1 field, I think Sothe here is playing 4 copies of the Tiger Clone. 5, they get 500, which is a character which hits 6/5. That's the same number as 1 copy of Apple behind the vanilla. So yeah, in order to contest the board, Vince does need to pretty quickly set up that double Apple Bond. And I don't know how many we've seen so far. We've only seen 1 of vanilla go to his stock. So yeah, it really depends how this turn plays out and what Vince can do in return.
Yeah, and of course the Apple Bond is just a huge backbone combo. There's another one of those Rin and Archers. A little early cancel, a couple of cancels from Vince there. We do see one of the 1/0s in the clock, so that's going to end up in the ditch. That's probably a good thing. Means he knows he's got it when we go on to level 1. Here we go. Pays out that 1/0 straight away. Pops it into hand. Very simple. 3 climaxes out already. Not too dangerous, but it's these things can quickly turn around. Yeah, this scry effect really is just a fantastic way of keeping these early games as consistent as possible. Madoka really just one of the most consistent decks that you could be playing during this format for sure.
Mm-hmm. I'd just like to point out that the level 0 Iris field, the center position of Sothe stage, it's a drop search for different traits, but he's taxed 500 for each of them, and therefore power than average drop search. I believe is not on trade for the search cards that she can search, and is also not master, so she's not a card that you can clock on call with Avengers effect. So overall, pretty unfortunate position that the card. You got to play what you got to play.
Yeah, beggars can't be choosers. With some of these the era of cards that we're looking at right now.
Yeah.
These are can be a little bit whack. But if you get the if you get enough pieces together, then you'll be fine. And we see up on screen right now on the stream that Avenger Clock Encore is really just such a key piece in trying to maintain hand advantage, being able to keep a board state happening throughout the onslaught that we're going to be experiencing. And of course, using life as a resource is it's important in every game. But particularly in Weiss, where there are ways that you can convert resources into life. There are ways you can convert life into resources. So it's it all goes back and forth, and we are seeing that very staple setup that comes from the Fate deck, the 1065s with the buff cards, the buff card behind, and the Avenger to just finish things up and have that Clock Encore. Some damage coming in here. But...
it's going to be hard for Vince to break apart double Taige effect. It's currently only sitting at... We do know that Sothe's deck has backup that can split its powers. Also, that Karen can give another 1k on top, so he can 2-for-1 trade one card there. And while Vince has managed to get his second copy of the Apple, he will to consider side attacking that middle lane. Not necessarily middle, sorry, but side attacking one of those Taige clones.
Yeah, one of the greatest things about this era of play is that you could really just play with numbers, and if you were able to set up your numbers in the right way, then you could just say, okay, well, I want to play on the board. My deck's designed to play on the board, and that's what I'm going to do. And I'm not going to mess around with fancy combos or trying to get advantage elsewhere or doing all sorts of side attack stuff. No, I just want to play pure numbers at level 1. That's my advantage engine, right? My advantage engine is game fundamentals. So to try and get around the big numbers that we're seeing here, we do see the 1k1 come out, and just like you predicted, that counter comes down as well. So we're looking at a pretty hefty board from Fate. However, the damage does go through. Fate getting pushed up to level 2 already. Gold bar trigger. This is quite a lot of climaxes coming out for Vince. It's possible we might be looking at some pretty scary kickback. Vince just deciding right now whether to front or side, I think. And he decides to go for the side. That was for the side attack? No, sorry, that was for the front attack into the zero, and gets over the top. The Clock Encore to keep the 1-0s around, and back into the wall setup. So we have the apples, the double apples. So that center slot is at 55, and then we have a level 0, which is, I don't know, 2k, something like that. I don't know what the power of that card is off the top of my head.
That card is 1/5 power if you have 2 of your other characters, so it's just a 2k though.
2k, nailed it. I know what I'm talking about.
Alright, so...
I can't quite see that climax, but I'm going to assume it's a gate, yeah.
Yeah, that's a door. So, again, that's another 1k1 being played, which it does trade with the level 1 in Vince's middle position.
Not just trade, but it does beat it, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah, sorry. Beat it.
And damage cancelled, and then a fair bit does manage to go through as well. We're looking at another pretty fast-paced game.
Oh, wait, 7? Sorry, that's a Taige. So it's a 6/5 with a 1k1. Middle. So is that a match, or did I miss something which gave power?
Startup effect? No, it doesn't trigger on climaxes, does it?
No, neither of the cards in the back row have. Okay.
Oh, there we go. No, they have organized it. Yep. So it is a trade.
That is an opening now. The board. So now that Taige with the curate is going on 500, it's only on 6k. Obviously, he can use a backup up to 9k, but now that Vince is on 2 cards left in deck, he has got that 2-1 free refresh enabled, which pumps his entire board by 2k when you. So I think Vince can pretty comfortably fight the 2 cards left on Sothe's board right now.
Yeah, definitely. That 2000 boost is just going to easily prop him over. I mean, just the free fresh on its own will be a 95, and whatever else he decides to play only needs to get over a 4,500, and it looks like he's got more of those vanilla Sayakas. Here's the free fresh. Decides to pop it early, and refreshes with 7, I believe.
I think he declared 7. We don't. I don't. No, he has 1 in his hand, drawing it.
Oh, right.
He added a gold bar, yeah. Which means that his Hornbill can hit for 10-5, 9-5 without. So that's definitely fighting over the curate. And against Khaled Ruby, or the card that looks like Rin, that will be a 7-5 with. So yeah, that's regardless of whether he plays a climax. He has to deal with. And I haven't been keeping track, but I don't think we've seen Sothe's 2-2. If he does get that out, poses a bit more of a threat to Vince, but otherwise Vince has got the upper hand on the.
We'll see what he manages to. Well, he decides to just push one of the apples, and I think this is a perfectly reasonable line here. Conserving a little bit of hand size, knowing that that 2-1 level support is going to be hitting the board as well. So obviously that homer is just enormous. I don't think anyone's concerned about whether or not that's going to hit. Does hit a climax on the top. It manages to get in for a nice cheeky couple there, and a bit of a big hit here, but does get the cancel off the top. So level and clock fairly stable from both of these parties. The game looking like it is another clock encore. Okay. Decides to hit that clock encore. Fate can have some, if you clock encore too many times, obviously you're just giving your opponent free damage. But look at the amount of stock right now that the Fate deck has.
That is quite a bit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 8?
8 stock. That's 8 stock. This is a lot. This is a lot of stock. And we do know that the 3-2 Rin Archer it's not the only 3-2 in this deck, is it?
No, there's also the 3-2. I believe it's just an early play if you have 5 health deck. The first of its kind, if I heals and has another combo that you don't really play, so it's a 9-5 early play heal. Well, seeing as he's refreshing, it seems pretty straightforward. So there's not going to be a.
Yeah, it might just be looking at pushing out that 2-2 Saber instead. Which
now looking closely, the 2-2 Saber is. Guess we won't be seeing that card. Mostly just be throwing. He has a 2.
Right. Well, then this might be a little bit more. Yeah, no, it is there, right on top of the clock. Okay, could be a little bit more difficult in that case. Refresh is up to 2-6.
Yeah.
Does really seem like this is an all-in for the level 3.
Yeah.
But from 2-1, seems it's just a little bit too early.
Yeah, fortunately, Rin Archer, because it does have some level if you choose to just choose to front attack. So you can play it in a way. You're kind of okay with just jump attacking for this turn, and then you hope that one of your Rin Archer attacks, the banner ones, will probably catch you up.
And here we see a pretty huge card, the Magic Shooter Rin, or the Gander Rin. It's a 1k support to your level 2 characters in front of it, and you can rest 2 of your characters to put any one of your opponent's waiting room cards on top of their deck, which does mean that you guarantee that damage from the burn, or just in general, does mean that you have clean hits. But Vince, he knows what he's doing. He's throwing out these Sayaka's wishes as early as possible, trying to get that advantage from the heals, trying to get that advantage by putting cards from his clock into his hand. Hits another cancel as well. Some big swings come out, but Vince actually doesn't really take any damage at all, really.
He cancels 2 attacks, I believe, though, so all that matters for sure.
Cancels 2, took 2, healed 1. I mean, he's got to be happy with that. And now he's going to be wondering, is there any way that he can get this change happening? I can't see it in his waiting room.
No, I think he'll be waiting for at least one more turn until that. For now, Sothe has presented a relatively easy to answer here. I think Vince will just be trying to make Sothe use some cards. Try to end level 3 first and, play responsibly.
And look at Sothe's hand size as well. Just 2 cards.
Yeah, even after first time is pretty. That may have to do with just how many climaxes he's been in, and not having a card like Apple can pay 1 stock to convert it to hand instead, which I guess is one reason why his.
Yeah, so that gate trigger off the top, continuing to contribute to that hand size, and that damage goes straight through. 3-0. So we are looking at the usually a time that you want to be ready to burst off and destroy your opponent. But man, from 2-3 with 3 cards in hand, I mean, it's pretty fair to say that we know that we're not going to be seeing a triple Rin and Archer here unless something insane comes out.
Level 1 again.
Jeez, has to clock on call that level 1. I mean, I guess it does. It does swing into the 0-0 very comfortably, but
yeah. Another thing I was a bit curious about was that Sothe hasn't been using the effect of pay 2 stock. Seeing that he does have some amount of stock and is a bit short on hand, it seemed like it was a decent opportunity to use it just then. Maybe he'd forgotten to use it. Not entirely sure, but it seems a bit more desirable than yourself 0.
Does have a way to search out the Rin and Archer. So that's good. That's going to give a heal at the very, very least.
He is currently on 6 stock, so if he can play triple Rin and Archer, he is able to heal down to 3-1 and may even use the combo and push Vince up. So it's a decent position. He could justify using it as a rest cost for the back row Rin, but it is nonetheless a bit ambitious.
I mean, would he have really clock on court if that was his play? The heal 3. There you go. Okay, that was the plan all along.
This does tend to be an issue with playing. If you're not able to maintain your card, that kind of just prolongs your death and doesn't really let you win the game. Like, yeah, he's not going to immediately die next turn, but he doesn't have finishing power visible right now. So in either case, it's still going to be a bit. He'll need to cancel a bit. Turn is the turn.
Yeah, only 2 cards in hand, and there comes the 2 soul.
All right.
Here we go. So,
what's it do?
And another gate trigger off the top to keep that hand size going. Gets another Rin and Archer. That seems perfectly correct. But Vince with just another cancel.
Turn 1 takes the. Looks like he doesn't have a sack.
And the front attack manages to get through. Sorry, it's not a front attack. That's a side attack. Came in for 4 -1 for 3.
So if Vince does draw into another psychic, guess he is the effect.
There we go.
Basically,
So
because the character came back unexpected.
went for a huge hit. I mean, up to 5 stock.
Actually, no. So what am I doing?
Both players. Looks like we could be seeing. Oh no, I thought maybe Vince was just going to go for the change just to get the beater on the board. But his whole board is still around.
Yeah, I think he might want to just save that.
How many climax have been?
Definitely could be right. Just looking through all the climaxes here for Igor, it seems like 4 for Igor. For Sothe, it seems like 4 still left. So this is going to make things, well, I mean, 3-0, 3-0, only 2 cards in hand for Fate, but where's the aggression coming from Madoka? Potentially that was a bit of a pivot turn. That little bit of extra damage coming through and hitting cleanly, putting his opponent to 3-0, meaning that it's not getting value out of those heals. Potentially, that's all that needed to happen. And it looks like this Rin and Archer might be staying on the board. Oh, no, definitely not. Okay, here's the... okay,
So
yep.
The hardcast 2 copies of... it's a 3-2 10k, which gains 1/5 if you have ultimate. Yeah, and regardless of whether you do attack back on top or into the way. So yeah, I think Vince is just going for, he gets to surveil even just after the Rin and Archer attack for 1. So he has a much better chance of cancelling the big swing. You know, he hasn't triggered this turn either, so I think he feels pretty safe where he is.
Yeah, and I mean the fact of the matter is just that the so this is this is a very powerful card when you're in these situations right now. The home road just being able to top check, make sure that everything's safe, and really just keep yourself alive is huge. And it is basically a direct counter to the magic shooter Rin. Tap 2, you put something on top of the deck, then your opponent swings into it. If they're not swinging with the Rin and Archer combo, then that damage is going to get damage is not going to end up there. I mean, your opponent's just going to say, yep, I already know what's on top of my deck. It's not a clean, it is a clean damage, so I'm just going to get rid of it with the Homerer 3-2. So it does mean that you have to kind of reorganize your play a little bit, play a little bit more carefully. My co-host is just messing around with his microphone a little bit. I'm sure he'll be back with us in a moment. And you'll...
I hope that did the trick, unless my mic's just completely for some reason, but
I think you're doing okay. All right, fantastic. Yeah, it's a... Look, the Homer is a really important defensive card, and playing that out now is, I think maybe that's locked in the game. 3-0, what else are you going to do? Put some big beaters on the board that have an alternative defensive effect. And look at the Fate deck right here. Ooh, here we go. Pays 2 for the heal, and pays another 3 to get that triple heal off. There we go. So does manage to pull it back just a little bit. Really dragging it out here. Really dragging it out. Now the question is, though, where's that third attack coming from? It's just going to be a basic 0-0. And the Magic Shooter Rin back on top. And another 2k. Another 2 soul. Wow.
I would be maybe a bit more careful about what to put back on the top of the deck, because depending on the attack order, if he chooses to attack with Rin first, that's going to burn for 1. and then if that ends up being the top card of the clock when Vince next gets to use his counter, then that's the card that he gets to add. That's a pretty desirable card to have.
Looks like the counter. Sorry, it looks like the cancel comes off the top. And it seems like side attacks coming out here to try and close things out. But we'll see what
If you
happens
side
here.
attack here, you don't get to end the game, as you don't do enough damage to create lethal.
Well, if he hits the... I mean, he could hit a soul trigger here.
He could, but you know, you can just attack in a way that doesn't depend on it happening in one attack, but you can do it in 3 attacks instead.
I mean, he's at 3-2. It seems pretty alright.
The problem is that I don't think he has any cards left in his hand, so if his board gets answered this turn, that would actually just be the end of the line. And
Looks
we
like he
do know
went
that 2 of those
for
cards
a
are come back.
side.
Yeah, and I think Sothe did forget to put the 1/1 behind his 2 level 3s, as that
Yes,
card
he
only pumps 1k
did.
to level 2 and higher cards, and I don't think it's very important for him to pump that 500 power level 0.
Yeah.
Vince gets 1 heal.
Yeah, a little bit of an ordering issue there, but you know, Vince up to 3-4, and you know, Madoka is not good at pushing damage. I mean, the only way it pushes damage is by turning things sideways. He's probably going to be looking at another free fresh here, I'm guessing. You know, taking that additional damage at this point is way too scary.
Yeah, it would be ideal if he could get the free refresh off, but how many cards is that left in his deck? Exactly 5. It's a
5
good
on the
boost
dot,
on it.
and he's got it. Yeah, he's got it.
It's an effective heal 1 again. He is left with 3 stock here, so that's up to 1 conventional heal and maybe a Psycho's Wish. Not too sure what his hand currently looks like, but if he can heal that much and step over the remainder of Smooth's field, Sothe's field, not Smooth, that would be yeah, that would probably settle.
It's
the
my
score.
favorite Dark Souls boss.
It would be too hard for Sothe to reliably do enough damage to win. He'd have to trigger 2 souls and then hope that it all sticks.
Or
It's a
just,
pretty thin hole.
I mean, could he just rip another 2 soul off the top?
It's possible, but his attackers would be pretty limited. He'd have to pay 3 on 2 soul off the top, or just cancel a bunch so he can clock on. But
I mean, you gotta play to your outs. You've got to play to your outs, man. And I think it's looking a little tough.
yeah. Oh, okay, Vince is. Oh no. Vince does have hands. Alright, that's
Just
one.
another heal. Just straight up another heal. Yep. And don't forget to heal, Vince. Don't forget to heal. Did he forget to heal? No. No. Okay, he was on 3. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, so if one
Um,
more attack sticks, that turns off a clock,
Oh, there we go.
which means that the best you can do is pay 3 on.
Oh, wait, is this a level 1, right?
This is just a swing in for 2.
2.
And the cancel on the top. Ooh. Here we go. A moment of reprieve. Is this pay 3 encore going to happen? Looks like it is, and I think, you know, you've committed at this point, right? I mean,
Yeah.
you top deck, you see what you got, and I mean, you know, this is a real episode 1.
Okay, it's a 1-0.
My grandfather's
So-
deck has no bad cards moment.
So Vince is now on 3-3. He has 4 damage and loses the game. And Sothe has exactly 4 damage on the board. But Vince can surveil twice as that. Now Sothe has to trigger a double soul on at least 1 attack. Or 1 soul, 1 soul. Alright, he has to
Wow.
trigger a double soul on the next attack.
And oh nah, it's a gate trigger.
It's a door. All right.
It's a door. Okay.
Oh, sorry. I don't mean it to.
It's a boomer gate. That's what it is. Does
This damage is not.
oh, it just gets cancelled anyway. Wow.
So this just needs to do how much? 1, 2, 3. 1 damage.
1 damage. And he goes for the ultimate.
Plays over his character.
Yeah, the ultimate disrespect play is that an alarm? Or is that a counter? I can't even tell.
That's a shift. It's a shift card.
Oh,
you can
shift
add it to
one.
your-
That's it. Yeah.
But more importantly, it's just shuffling back non-trigger cards to decrease the chance of him triggering a crit for excess damage. So it's gonna be hitting here for 2/2, hoping that Sothe doesn't take. Spirit doesn't cancel. If he does, I guess Vince is just gonna cry himself to sleep.
Going in for 2. Oh, there's the first cancel. Is this what's gonna happen? Oh, it comes in for 3. 1, 2, 3.
No.
Oh no.
No.
Oh no. Oh no, Vince. Oh no.
Oh my god.
Oh no. Oh, let me see those F's in the chat, boys. Good lord. Oh no. Not like this, Vince. Oh, jeez.
And how many cards
The
does
triple
Sothe have in
cancel.
hand?
I believe he has 2 cards in hand.
Oh yeah. Does it matter that I'm playing the Japanese one? But I'm following Japanese rule where I shuffle at the end of every single brainstorm as well, so. Oh yeah,
We're just getting a ruling quickly on the actual text of Homura.
Apparently,
Which,
has
of
a
course-
very crucial difference between English and Japanese.
Yeah, so apparently in English that card says top or waiting, top or bottom, but in Japanese definitely says top or waiting room.
That's all good.
Yeah,
I can link the card.
I know JP definitely says top or waiting room.
yeah. The JP one does say topple. Is that not errated in English?
English first run was misprinted apparently.
Oh my gosh. Well, I don't remember that card being on the errata page, so who worked? Yeah, if you can. Kind
Oh
of just,
no!
work
Oh
on it.
no!
Oh no!
No, is this it?
No.
Is this it? For cancel?
And then. It's the
3.
moment of truth.
That's it. Yeah.
Not like this.
Oh god.
Oh no! No, not like this.
Wow.
Oh,
That
Vince.
was a good game though.
That was a
Oh
very
my
Weiss Schwarz
god.
moment.
Oh my god. Who even plays this game? Who plays this game? What is this?
Soul combos.
What?
Can't beat this
No
game.
Sayaka's wish. No extra heal. No, just
That was a good game though.
just uninstall. Oh my god. Concede. Oh my god. Jesus Christ. What even was that? I mean, like, you're gonna play to your outs, right? And I've been saying it all game.
Yeah.
But that was some certified children's card gaming right there. That right there. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh. Oh wow. You gotta hate it. Jeez.
Speechless. I don't know what
Call
to
an
say.
ambulance. Oh my lord. That's so brutal. That's so brutal, lads. Yeah, okay.